So I'm going to use this car for reference. We just had a customer come in and he said, hey, my Mercedes, it's just randomly while I'm driving, it just freaking cuts out, man. She wants to stop running, start getting all these codes and stuff. Sometimes it won't start. Sometimes I'm messing with it. I went to a dude, went to one shop, they couldn't diagnose it. I went to another shop and they put a starter in it. It was still acting up after they put a starter in it. Intermittent no start, all this other stuff. Lights on all over the place. And I says, yeah. I said, look, man, I'm going to be straight with you. These do have a lot of electrical problems, but I'm not going to die on your car. I got a little bit more experience on these Mercedes than most guys do. So this is where we're going to go with this. You can see here, this is a 2007. This body style. It's going to be hard for me to show you right now. You're just going to have to kind of take my word for it. This body style, E350 E series, around these years I noticed that a lot of electrical problems are caused by one wire, and I'm surprised more people don't know this in the field. One of the number one issues with the E series Mercedes is the ground wire underneath the car, right where the transmission comes back. Right next to it there's a ground wire bolted right to the bottom of the car, and then it goes up and bolts to the side of the transmission with a star bolt. And they rot out. They fall off and they sit on the side of the trans and they barely connect. And that takes down every freaking thing in these cars. And a lot of people neglect it. They don't even pay attention to it. That ground strap is one of the number one reasons why these will not start. See this ground strap right here underneath this car? And if you follow it over, it goes up there right to the side of the transmission. This cable has been updated. Other people's cable not updated. Sometimes there's two ground straps going right there and they both break. It breaks right there at the transmission, or it breaks down here. Follow this cable over right where it mounts to the body. And this is on the driver's side. See where I'm at laying down? It's on the driver's side running underneath this car. So it's this series and after, like 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010. I want to say roughly it's from 2006 to, or 2006 or 2007 to about 2013. All the ones with this body style and the body style after this, those cables right out underneath. And they wreak havoc on the electrical system. I mean, bad. And maybe even 2005-ish. So if you have an E-Series Mercedes, the worst ones that you find are like the 2008, 2009, 2010 E350s that have that like more boxy, sleek type design and lights and stuff like that. They rot out really bad. But 11, 12, 13, I don't really have that experience. And even on the one I showed you here, 7, 8, and 9, it's not as bad. But for some reason, it's like 2008, 2009, is it 2008, 2009, 2010, or 2009 and 2010? They are bad. Oh my God, they rot so bad. And it messes up the whole car. Seems like before and after the ground cables were better. But 8, 9, and 10, absolute shit. So one came in today and I knew right away. Put it on the rack, get it up in the air. The guy says, oh, this person looked at it, this guy put a starter in it, all this, I spent all this money. Give me 150 bucks and I'll fix your problem. Put it up in the air, strip the cable end off, clean up all the corrosion, take the bolt, clean the corrosion off the trans, put a new end on it, a new copper end on it, hydraulic crimp everything with a new connector, spray it, done. Car starts right up, guys right out the door. Y'all be blessed. Take care. Have a good night.